wow.
Oh, honey.
We made it back to Samoa. We're
France!
here.
We did it.
Well, yes, but I forgot what fan I was using for a second. That's the kind of day I've had. I just realized I'm wearing a drag queen shirt. That's where I'm at on this.
There's never a wrong
anyway,
time for the film content.
No, never. But hello, survivors and everyone in between, I guess. Welcome to the Cup TV. Damn.
So close.
We're going to start that intro again. Hello. Welcome to the Cup TV, part of the Currently Unnamed Podcast Network, where we put the real and the tea in reality. And you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm Logan. My face, say something gay. I'm currently drinking the last little bit of a coconut matcha latte that I made earlier today. Just very excited to battle you all to the death in this draft this season.
You're not going to kill me. It's not going to happen. I'm not going down without a fight. Ow. Anyway. Hi. My name is Jack. I am the resident game designer of the panel. And I am the biggest brain here. I will not take any other questions beyond that. And if anyone wants to fight me, they can probably win. Ow, what the fuck?
And I'm clearly representing for the brawniest here, clearly.
This is so weird to me. Number one, why am I down here? Number two, why am I not hosting on the Cup TV? Like, what is happening? But
First
hey,
of all, it's not your turn.
it is my turn.
No, it's not. It's Brook.
See, because I don't belong down here. I don't belong down here at all.
We really put Lana at the end.
Go ahead.
Well, hi everybody. My name is Brook, and I am passionate about pop culture. I don't think Lana belongs down here either, but that's beside the point. Welcome to the bottom row, Lana. It's a familiar place for me. I'm here constantly. Because Logan forgot to plug it, I do have my cup mug.
I was waiting for Lana to do it.
Well, I did it now.
It's not a job. This is a goddamn mess.
No, we're doing great. We're doing great as a group, in case you can't tell.
Beautiful cup mug.
If you're not...
It's the
Australian
Australian
Survivor Edition.
And you can get your cup mug at logicurations.etsy.com. That link is in the description down below. We do ship domestically in North America and internationally, so there are no excuses.
Everything is on fire.
This is what happens when more people than just me and Lana are hosting things in general. Because then it's just like, what the fuck is happening?
I don't even know what to say anymore. Hey, I guess it's my turn now. I don't like it down here. I don't like it down here at all. This is unreal for me, but I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. I don't know where to go. But I'm Lana. I'm your resident evil diva. And I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. I'm about to say, anybody else want to say that instead of me today? I'm drinking water, too, because apparently it's everybody's job to take all of my stuff. I have nothing. Apparently, Black History Month means nothing to anybody these days. Put you at the bottom in the back of the bus. They steal all of your sayings and your stuff. And these white non-binary people just take everything from me. It's okay, though. I love each and every one of them. I love all the non-binary people, the white non-binary people in the family who steal from me. This one time. It's okay. But no, it's great. I actually love that I don't have to do anything. I just have to sit here and just be me. And
I was going to say, you have to host the rest of today. That's why I figured I would host.
And I love that for you. And we're just going to keep it moving, keep it pushing.
If you are not already entertained, subscribe. Come on now. If this is entertaining content, subscribe. To see us just delve even further into chaos this entire season. of Australian Survivor.
Oh, it's already maddening, but it's okay. We're going to enjoy every bit of it. We're going to enjoy the season, and we're definitely going to enjoy this draft. I'm going to take a little bit of normalcy back just for a second.
Yes.
Just for a second. Because we need you to subscribe to this channel. We need you to subscribe.
Yes,
subscribe to this channel because we are on a mission to get 1,000 subscribers. I keep making it sound like 8,000, but 1,000.
You know what? No, we are on a mission to get 8,000.
8,000 would be wonderful, but we're starting with 1,000. So we would love to get 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So if you could help us out, if we've entertained you just a little bit today, subscribe, hit the subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss a single video. You can follow us on our audio podcast links. That is also in the description below, as well as all of our other channels. We have 3 other channels you can choose from. Go to our description below and click on those links. Follow and subscribe all of those. Our Patreon is heating up. We're doing a lot of stuff for our Patreon coming up soon. So you want to join our Patreon so you can get some weird, wacky, crazy things that's going to happen and get to know us a little bit better in our Patreon, because that's what we let ourselves not just talk about.
Even more chaos.
We won't just talk about what we normally talk about. So the Patreon is where you want to be. So join the Patreon. And then, of course, follow us on all of our socials at The Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, all those things. All right. It's draft time, baby!
Yes!
Yay!
I'm very excited. First of all, it is Australian Survivor, Brains versus Brawn 2. How exciting.
See, I appreciate this about Aussie Survivor. They don't limit themselves by making it Brains, Brawn, and Beauty, so that way they can have beauty across both tribes.
And beauty was a weirdly labeled term anyway.
I was waiting for that because I was like, where's my tribe? The beauty tribe. Where's my tribe?
Correct.
The brains? Yeah, I can go there. The brawn? Sure.
I'll hold on to that one for the panel. Don't worry.
Where's the beauty tribe?
Yeah, we know where we belong.
That's right. The gay one.
The gay one. It was attempted to be a digital fist bump, but we'll take it.
It was more like you know what? You're right. We're part of the gay tribe. It's the gay tribe. I love that, Jake. I love that.
We fucking lost the plot and we haven't even picked the first yet. We don't even know what the draft order is.
Yeah.
I do, because I randomized it. So this is something brand new for us. We haven't done a video like this ever. But I have this cute idea, very, very heavily inspired, I will say, by Rob Has a Podcast. Shout out to Rob Has a Podcast. Shout out to everything they're doing. Shannon Gates specifically over there is doing amazing work with Australian Survivor, so shout out to her. But yeah, so we're going to do a cute little draft video / cast assessment duo kind of situation for both Australian Survivor Brains versus Brawn 2 and Survivor 48. We did already do a first impressions cast analysis kind of gigarama for Survivor 48, so you should go check that out as well. But we will be doing a draft video as well in this exact same style for Survivor 48. So make sure to tune in for that when we do it. But yeah, so here's how this is going to work. We've got 4 of us drafting here today. There are 24 survivors on this season because they always go extra. We each will be drafting 6 people for our teams for the season. Best team wins.
Mm-hmm.
As we go through our picks, we'll talk a little bit more about them as far as their bios, their preseason stuff. Shout out to 10 Play, and also shout out to Jack for getting us a ton of extra research things. So we've got a lot of fun information to talk about when it comes to this draft. But without further ado, I think we should just dive in and begin the draft. So I've randomized the draft order prior to this recording, and I randomized it 10 times as this is the 10th season of Australian Survivor. And our draft order is as follows. Me. And this is fair. I have it 10 times. Whatever. Fuck off. It is me, Brook, Lana, and Jack.
Oh, so absolutely rigged. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Team leftovers.
I did all of this behind the scenes work, and this is the thanks I get. Okay.
And I
This
get
is
the
how
last
it's done.
pick. So you know what? It's fine.
Yeah.
Well, yes. I'm really excited. I think overall this cast is fun. This cast is a lot of fans and a lot of super fans. So I'm really excited to dive in. As I have the first pick, I'm going to make my first pick. I knew who my first pick would be. As soon as I saw, some of the social media things that were going on, I saw one person in particular. I read her bio. There is no universe I'm letting anyone else have Laura.
Oh my fucking god.
I will be picking Laura with my first pick. Because chaos.
She's the witch.
She's a witch.
She's a witch.
Burn the witch.
No one wants to look at-
Here's the thing. The reason I pick Laura is because she is a super fan. I love that she's a witch. She's also an actor. I think though actors do tend to do really well on Survivor.
Australia.
Yes. Specifically Australian Survivor. But she's a Survivor super fan. She has 3D printed puzzles and an entire backyard of Survivor challenges. I like someone that's prepared. I like someone that is coming in knowing what to expect with Survivor. One of the things that also really, really stood out to me overall is that she said confrontation is a strength. And I really, really like that. So yeah, Laura is my first pick. Sorry about it.
Oh my god.
Don't hate that pick. Honestly.
I don't hate that pick for you.
I do not hate that pick, but also obviously this is someone who is going to have so many jokes made about them so quickly.
Oh well, yes, absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely.
Last time we had Brain versus Brawn, we had someone who was known as an empath. And this is basically the same casting decision. I'm not mad at it though. And I mean, if she is going the Carson route of printing 3D puzzles and has a backyard full of challenges, I pray to God that she does not immediately overplay.
Mm-hmm. That's my only concern with all super fans on every show. It's like, do you go out? What kind of super fan are you? Are you a super fan that knows what to do, stays level-headed, or are you that super fan that plays so hard right out the gate because you think you know everything, you're super prepared? I don't know. It can be, but I like her. I do. I think she's going to be a fun addition to this cast. I'll say.
Period.
Yeah. I'm interested to see what she does. Just because, the superfans have such a weird track record on Survivor US and Australia. Like, you never really know what they're going to do. But I'm really curious to see if she's going to, be so overeager that she just completely overplays her hand as like the second or third person voted out, or if she's just going to, manage to find the right balance there, which we've seen a few superfans do it, notably Carson, if we're talking about recency stuff. So is that even recent anymore? It was like 2 years ago now. Beside the point. I'm curious to see how she does. I am interested.
It's a bold pick, but I like her energy, and it's the pick I made, and I'm going with it. So
stick with it, baby. Stick with it, baby.
Period. And I wanted to start by picking a brain because that is where I tend to lean as far as, me personally. So Brook.
Okay, so my pick was pretty random because I actually did not look at these bios until about 30 minutes before we started recording because I wanted to have my raw reactions just go off the rip. And the person that stood out to me actually, and again, I've not seen any of the videos. I've just read the bios and the little cheat sheet that Jack made for us. But the person that stuck out to me seems like he's kind of got a little bit of everything going on. And that really intrigues me. And also he is very pretty. So because of that, I'm going to be drafting Miles.
I think that's a really good pick.
Yeah. Bisexual, pole dancer, and he's on the Brain tribe. That means he's got 3 things going for him right out the gate. Okay, he's athletic, he's smart, and he is very, very cute. Call me. Beside the point, I actually just have really good vibes, honestly. Just based off of the little cheat sheet that we got in general, he's a statistics kind of person. He's into like the analysis of it all. I'm hoping again that he doesn't overplay that and, make himself a huge target right out of the gate. That's always kind of the risk with the Brain people. You never really know who's going to be the one to overplay it because one of them always does. I think he was a really good person to snag. So I'm snagging.
This is a killer choice. I mean, starting just with a little bit of meta, this is the first person we knew about on this cast.
Mm.
Straight up, this is the first person that was revealed before anyone else and a full video.
Yep.
This is someone that is going to wreck shit. Whether that is an immediate flame out or he goes deep, my bet is on the deep. So this was absolutely one of my draft picks, and I am going to be coming for you from now on.
I think it's a great pick. I really do think he was very high on my list. He's also a really, really big fan. Bisexual, hey, we'll take it. We love that. I really appreciate the fact that in his bio he talks a lot about like using this opportunity to push himself as well, because he is a big fan of Survivor and understanding that like things are gonna suck, but you're on Survivor. Like I appreciate the people that really appreciate the experience of Survivor. So yeah, I think it's a great pick. It's an absolutely wonderful pick.
Yeah, great pick. Great pick. Somebody I was looking at myself. But I'm not as passionate as some other people on the panel. So, Brooke, I will not be coming for your head. But it's a great pick. Great pick.
I won't either, for clarification's sake. But,
It's okay, Jack. I feel like this is just vengeance from the Traders draft where you stuck me with Tom Sandoval. So
he's doing good for no goddamn
and
reason.
And unfortunately, look at how good Tom Sandoval is doing.
He's going to get murdered.
Well,
It doesn't matter. You still had a good draft.
Lana.
So I have been looking through and I have come up with my first choice. And this woman who I will be choosing, I feel like has some really great attributes to what can happen with Survivor. I think this person is going to be someone. We know how sometimes on these shows with the men like to take out the women first because they think they're the weaker of the group. I think she is going to be one of the people that they look at as an asset to the tribe because of her athleticism and what she is able to do. And so I am going to pick Morgan.
Oh, that's a great pick.
Yeah, that's a really good pick.
I had to pick her. Look here. I root for everybody black, and I think this is the closest I'm going to get with these people on this cast because they only do. This is a very good POC cast. This is not a good BIPOC This is a good POC cast. So I will definitely go with the POC people because there are no Black people. But I like her, and reading her up on her, I was like, honestly, she would be somebody I would pick regardless of who she was or what, whatever. I think her being an Olympian is a good part. She's a sprinter, so she's definitely going to be able to do these challenges where she has to run long distances or do things like that, where she'll be able to hang and do things, get there quickly. She has a mission. She wants to get married. She's got a wedding coming up, so she needs this money for her wedding. I think this is someone who I can rock with. So I like her.
I mean, she's a fucking Olympic sprinter. I don't know how much better. I don't know how much better you can get, as far as a Brawn is concerned. I think she's got a really good head for the game as well. She's very driven. She's clearly like very, very focused, like you said, Lana. Yeah, I think great pick.
I fully agree with that. I think this is like the textbook definition of, okay, we need people that are Brawn. What about a two-time former Olympiad? Yeah, that's a great choice. Literally. Also, that smile scares me. The way, like, just the way it's so like Cheshire in nature. Like, she's just,
her eyes are saying she knows something you don't know.
Exactly. Like, she was my other person I really considered grabbing before I made my selection, and I figured she probably wouldn't make it back, but God, she's gonna be a force out there. I have this really good feeling, so I think this is a fantastic pick, Lana.
Period.
This absolutely was going to be my first pick.
Oh no!
Literally my first two picks were Miles and Morgan. Simply put, Olympic sprinter is not enough. He also has been to 3 world championships and 2 Commonwealth Games, which are essentially Australia's major event.
Yeah.
She's been named F45's global athlete for Australia. And she has a Wikipedia page. If you have a Wikipedia page, you've done something right. Like, okay, let me specify. You've done something worth talking about.
Right.
Not done something right.
Right.
So I 100% see Morgan making it deep in this game. And no, I'm insanely jealous. I'm sorry. Insanely jealous.
Are you coming for my head now?
No, I'd never come for you. I know.
But you're gonna come for me. You're gonna come for me.
I can deal with you. I can't deal with her.
I
know where I can stop.
See, Jack and I have gone, for
Jack
context,
better than for me.
To the viewers, Jack and I have known each other for like a decade, literally.
A decade at least.
A literal decade. So, okay, girl, I see you.
Jack's like, I think I can take you. That literally, like, I think I can take you.
All right, Jack.
I can't wait to see your 2 picks now, Jack. I'm excited.
I can't wait to see how this turns out. Jack, who's your first pick?
So, my first pick is someone who I specifically looked into, and I loved her story. She's also someone who is used to doing a lot of endurance just at her job.
Yep.
And she's also incredibly smart. So my pick is Corinne.
Yeah. I think that's a
Corinne is an orthopedic surgery doctor. And she's essentially the person helping other surgeons do their job. She's described how she is used to pulling 36-hour shifts with no sleep, no food, no sanity, and being okay. If that isn't basically what Survivor is in a nutshell, I don't know what else is. Like, I am ready for her to run this game, all things considered.
That's a good pick. I see why you picked her. She is used to doing things under pressure, and like you said, going long hours and not letting that affect her. I think being out in Survivor, where the mental part of aspect of the game is just as important as the physical part of the game. And if she can handle what she goes through on a regular basis and dealing with that and still getting okay, I think she can handle it. That's a very good pick. I don't know if she should tell anybody she's a doctor, but
I agree with that. I think if you have a profession that immediately has like a connotation to it, you steer away from it, you deflect, you move away because you don't want to have that negativity attached to it. Doctors historically on Survivor, not exactly the best archetype.
Not exactly the worst, though.
Not the worst, but like for some reason, the first people that popped in my mind was Peter from Worlds Apart, and like he was a pre-merge boot. So like, well, yeah, but again, that's just the first person that popped in my head. There have been others. But I mean, not the worst track record either. Because I mean, like Dr. Mike did really well, and I mean, you know, you never really know. I think she's definitely giving off a lot better energy than those people. Just from this picture alone, she doesn't look like she's arrogant. She doesn't look like she's conceited. She gives the energy of like, yes, there are things that I prefer to be done a certain way, but I'm okay with this pick. I don't think it would have been my pick, but I'm not mad at it.
I really like this pick. Corinne was really high on my list as well. What I love the most, hearing about her story as well, is that she is planning to use the money if she wins to buy her family's house back in Sri Lanka because they sold their house so she could go to university and become a doctor. I think that's so cool. Like, I am rooting for her even more than I already was. I think she's phenomenal. I think a great pick, wonderful pick. So, and Jack, you get one more pick for right now.
I do get another pick. So this second pick is someone actually from the other tribe, the Brawn. In my mind, they were the person who stuck out the most to me as someone who 100% will make it deep. He comes off as a very strong wild child, but has a really good business. He knows how to talk. And my second pick is Jesse. On the Brawn tribe. And that might be a little confusing, but
not at all.
Jesse is a pro skater and also a content creator who runs Skate Advantage, which gives everyone, regardless of ability, the chance to skate and live their dreams. He is someone who has a lot of heart, and he also has come into the game knowing what kind of perception that he's going to give off naturally. And I think that if he can weaponize that correctly, he 100% can make moves and not get any blood on his hands for a while. So this is just a pick that I personally am completely here for.
And I think it's a great pick. I think it's a phenomenal pick. He's also a dad with his second baby on the way. So there's a lot of parents on this cast specifically playing for their families. And so I think that's going to add an increased level of like, not necessarily strategy, but a lot of heart and a lot of meaning into the game. I think that's going to be really, really good. I think a solid pick.
I'm incredibly jealous because this was my next pick, actually. Because when I read the sentence of I know people will underestimate me and I'm going to use that to my advantage, I'm immediately hooked. I don't care anything about you. The self-awareness is awesome, but also he doesn't want people to think he's a threat. That means he knows game. And I read that and I was like, oh Lord, I think I need this man on my team.
Well,
but of course, Jack has to go poaching, so whatever.
You stole my pick from me. Do not.
I mean, fair turnabout is fair play and all that.
The MBs are fighting. The MBs are fighting.
Girl, you're not involved yet. Where are you?
The MBs are fighting, and I'm staying out of it. Obviously, I'm staying out of it.
Yeah, I think this is a really great pick. Even in this picture, he just seems like a total goofball, and I can kind of get that energy. But also, like, just because you're a goofball doesn't mean you don't have a brain behind all that, too.
Definitely.
So, yeah, I think he's a really interesting choice, and I wanted him. So,
Jesse. He's Jesse. He's a pro skater. He's a pro skater. I mean, no, he's fine. He wasn't somebody on my radar, but those are the people who I tend to look at more once the game starts, and so I'll see what he's like once the game starts. But he didn't do much for me in the bio or the videos or anything, so we'll see.
All right. Well, Lana, we're back over to you.
Okay, so when I was going into this, I was looking for people who were going to be all around, not just physical threats, but like social threats who I felt like could go in here and do socially and do well. So this, I'm torn between two people and I'm scared. Yeesh. Okay. I'm going to I'll go with this person because I think they got some swag about them, some energy about them. Maybe they will be good socially. People will want to be around them. They will want to. I'm hoping. This is a hope pick for me, but it is Zen.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay, Zen was not on my radar.
Same.
I'm going to be honest, Zen was not on my radar either.
Yeah, I picked him for a couple reasons. One, I think, first, he looks like a good-looking dude. People like, for some reason, pretty privilege is a thing. People just like talking and being around pretty people. He's a hip-hop star, so he has to engage with crowds a lot. He has to get people to be on his side to like him. So I think socially he can, get people to just, want to be around him, want to talk to him, he might seem one of those dudes that's just, he can be a bro's bro, and he can be a dude that the girls just like, if you're into that. Or he could just be a cool dude, because I think he might have that swagger, because you got to have some kind of swag to be a hip-hop star. You can't be a goofy hip-hop star. Nobody wants that. Who wants a goofy hip-hop star? I don't care what country you are. You can't be a hip-hop star and just be a lame. Like, you just can't. So I just felt it was something about him that just, to me, that drew me to him. And I was like, maybe. I feel like he might have that social capital that I would look for in a player. So that's why I picked Zen.
Was not even remotely on my radar, but explaining that, I get where you're coming from. Yeah. I don't think he's a bad pick whatsoever. He was like lower on my list, but with the added knowledge of what you're saying and like the thoughts of that, I see where you're coming from totally. Could very much be a social threat, and on the Brawn tribe, that might be something that really carries him further, because a lot of these Brawn players are just focused on like the physical strength and the friendships, typically, historically, on the Brawn tribe, so close with the people they're close with instead of the people that they're with on a game sense. So if he can be friends with everybody, they're going to want to keep him around. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, the number one thing that I was a little bit concerned about with Zen is just that he's a little bit worried about kind of letting other people take control, having to like basically dumb himself down a little bit for the tribe that he's on. He's a little bit worried about whether he's going to be able to do that. So I was a little bit concerned about Zen as a pick. I do think he's a great pick overall, though, for all of the reasons that you did talk about, Lana. I think he's going to be, like you said, on the Brawn tribe specifically. I think social threats are going to be either people that are going to make it far, or they're going to be easily sussed out and taken out. So I think he's a bit of a glass cannon pick, if you ask me, but it could definitely work out in your favor if he does make it far.
Zen is a very interesting pick in my mind. It's not super large of an age gap with this cast, but it is noted that Zen is the youngest person on this cast in general. There is a specific note with hip hop artists that sometimes they can be very loud and out there, and maybe that will get him in trouble. Especially being the youngest on the tribe, it wouldn't surprise me people see him as like a wild child. But I do think he can probably play the game and play it really, really well. I just am also nervous that if he messes up in any way, he will probably be thrown out the door as quickly as they can help it.
Yeah.
All right, Brook.
Well, this pick was really fun for me because it was gonna be Jesse. But thinking about and looking at who's on the table, I tried to pick somebody who I thought would be a little bit more well-rounded based off of the people that were left. And somebody that I think could have a little bit more determination, which I think is a really important factor on Survivor. I feel like it's a slept-on quality. So because of that, I'm going to pick Candy.
God.
I don't think that's a bad pick at all.
Yeah, she's a model. She's perfect. She's beautiful. She looks like Linda Evangelista.
Linda Evangelista. She's a model.
No, she's a model. She's done work for Adidas and a couple other brands I'm not as familiar with, I'll be honest. Fashion, not my scene. But on top of that, though, she's talks about like the adaptability that you have to be able to deal with non-ideal situations in order to get hired again. That tells me a lot about the type of person she is and the type of game player I think she could be. And on top of that, this girl is so determined, and this is one of my biggest motivating factors in life. She wanted to prove people wrong so much that she got a literature degree even though she's dyslexic. I respect this lady for wanting to prove people wrong. She's a fan. She had a Survivor themed birthday party apparently. This is my kind of player, the type of people I gravitate towards. Candy.
Great pick. She was very high on my list. I'm very upset that I no longer have the opportunity to draft her. I think exactly to what you said. She's incredibly well-rounded. Models do well on Survivor. They do, because to be in that industry, you have to understand a variety of personality types. And I think she could have exactly what it takes. I think she could, I don't know, are we looking at Australian Parvati? I could see it. I really could see it with Candy.
Depends on how cutthroat she wants to be.
Yeah.
But I like her.
I love Candy so much, and I'm genuinely annoyed because she was going to be one of the two that I picked up during my next sweep. Candy has done a lot. She's used to going into really uncomfortable situations and just dealing with it. And from how she's writing stuff, she's also going to be really funny. So I am completely on board. This is a really good pick.
Really good pick. Really good pick.
Yay.
Okay.
2 picks from Logan.
Yes, I am going a little bit out there with both of my picks.
Okay.
I think the first person I'm gonna pick did not particularly stand out to me as far as his bio is concerned. I think he's got a perfectly average bio, but I did pay attention to the Australian Survivor Instagram, and he is someone that is featured having been very influential within the first minutes of this season. My first pick and the last pick of this round is going to be Nash.
Yep.
Because one of the first things that was shown on the Australian Survivor Instagram as far as footage from this season shows Nash finding an immunity idol within the first 5 minutes of the game and boldly wearing it into camp. I like that. I think that is fun. And I'm really, really intrigued. This is the biggest glass cannon pick, but I think this could pay off for me. I think if he is bold enough, I think there's a universe where he could make a deep run here. I like his personality. He's a businessman. He's a dad. He's playing for his kids. He loves to stir the pot. He's not afraid to be vulnerable, and I think I think he could use them. I think he could use his emotions to his advantage, and I think he's a really strong pick.
So I did not know about that, about the idol in the first 5 minutes of the game and then letting everyone in God's earth know it. That scares me more than it attracts me to drafting him, because that does kind of give me the idea that maybe he just has zero awareness and like maybe he just doesn't know what he's doing. But on the other hand, I've seen these bold, over-the-top players that make these big, bold statement moves 24/7 do super well. I don't need to bring up the obvious example from Australian Survivor. We all know who I'm talking about, and none of us like this man, but you know what I mean. It has worked in the past multiple times. So I see where you're coming from with this pick. Would not have been something I would have gravitated to, but I feel you.
I'm going a little wild in this draft this time. I'm trying to win. I'm trying to win a TV draft.
And unfortunately, I don't think this is going to help you.
But we're shooting big.
We are shooting big. I do think that Nash is going to be someone that is shown heavily within the first week of the show airing. And that's all we'll see of him, because he'll be gone by the end of the first week. I really like him. From what we've seen in interviews and that little bit of stuff that we've been given, he is someone that is he's very relaxed, he's very funny, but I am really not certain that he is going super far in this game. I will not say the other thing that kind of gets revealed in the social media in case you do want to stay uninformed, but there is good reason to believe that he may have a little bit of power for a little bit of time and then he goes down.
We'll see.
We will see.
So who was your second pick, Logan?
Lana just wants to move on. Damn.
I do. I don't have anything to say. Y'all said it all.
Right. My second pick is definitely a safer pick.
Okay.
She stood out to me for a lot of reasons. I'm picking Zara.
Yep. Feeling.
I really, really like Zara. I love that her given job title is vice president of the PTA. She is going to come in and Karen her way through this game, and I'm low-key here for it. But the thing that intrigues me the most about her is that she is a stay-at-home mom, but she also has a bachelor's degree in political science, a bachelor's degree in law, and a master's degree in economics and international finance. She is very well equipped to do very well in this game. She also talked about one of her strengths being gossiping, and that she's really, really good at getting people to give her information. And especially on the Brains tribe, I think that's going to be a really valuable resource. She's also one of the older contestants on that tribe specifically, and I'm not mad at kind of going for the mother pick. So that's where I'm at with Zara.
She was definitely on my list. I was looking at her. I was looking at her for those very reasons. I was like, every tribe needs the mother of the tribe. And sometimes they like to keep the mother around for a while, especially if it's a tribe full of younger people who miss their mom while they're there. They need to be down somewhere. And we can't be mad at the mom. Who's mad at the mom?
Exactly.
So I think that was a very, very good pick for you. She is somebody who I was intrigued by. I think that if she could carry off the good mom and not the naggy mom, because there's, those are that thin line by she's cool mom. She's somebody who is nurturing, but not overbearing. But then you have those other ones who are just overbearing and naggy. You be like, okay, I did not come here to have a mother. Well, I'm here by myself. You know what I'm saying? So if she could tote that line very well, I think she could do well. I think she is somebody who is either going to be very early off or very much in the middle of this game, and we'll see her on jury, if not towards the end. So, yeah, that was a good pick. I like her.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
There is some interesting things about her that almost make me feel like I did with Debbie from U.S. Survivor. So she's
Civil
a
Air Patrol
stay-at-home
captain,
mom.
server extraordinaire Debbie.
Model.
She has literally done, at this point, it is not even side quests. She's done everything. She has run in the New York City Marathon. She has been an ex-cheerleader for a rugby team and a basketball team, which did not know basketball was a thing in Australia, but apparently it is.
It's a big thing.
You would not be able to tell a lot of things about her from the way that she looks. So I am very, very intrigued to see how far she pushes it. I can see her going incredibly deep, or I could see her pissing off the wrong person during a round and going home very quickly. It literally, I can see it one way or the other. This was going to be risky, but I was probably going to take her if y'all didn't. So,
yeah, she was actually going to be my next pick.
Mm-hmm.
And the interesting thing about Zara, to me, it's specifically vice president of the PTA.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
It's the vice part, because if she was president of the PTA, now she's gone. Not even popping up on my radar to be drafted. Vice president of the PTA tells me that she doesn't need to be in control to exercise power.
Mm-hmm.
And that scares me. This lady is legitimately one of the, she's giving me villain, and I haven't even heard her speak yet. I'm getting evil mastermind while somebody else is the face of all of our moves. Think of it as the Cochrane and Dawn effect, only flipped. Right, where Cochrane was the one controlling Dawn, and everyone was like, "Oh, Dawn is so strategic and so everything," but Cochrane's the one making the moves most of the time. Yeah. Here, I feel like Zara's going to be the one behind the scenes influencing all the decisions, while the person who's taking all the heat for it is going to be somebody else. And she's just going to kind of get away with it by playing the motherly role. And I think that's going to work for her really well. And I really wanted her. And I'm mad that you picked her, Logan. But I again, fair play. I can't be too heated. So
thank you.
Great decision.
Oh, rest in peace to Johnny Fairplay's grandma, for real.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of fair play. But Brooke.
I was like, wait, why did you bring that up?
Because they said fair play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and
no,
I was reminded. My brain went to Johnny Fairplay.
So, this is a weird choice, and mainly because I just didn't really know who to draft now, and I kind of got caught off guard, and I didn't really have much prepared for a backup. So, I'm gonna pick somebody who's a little bit of an odd choice, I think, but I think they could do well. Because poker players have a up and down history on Survivor.
Yeah.
You never really know how they're gonna do. But because of the fact that I'm at least a little bit interested to see how he does, I'm picking AJ.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Master AJ.
That is also another reason I am picking AJ.
I'm a fan of this pick for you.
Mm-hmm. Also, I love his strategy of just being like the most nice person on the planet. On the Brain Tribe, I guarantee you there's going to be some egos over there, and stroking egos is a valid ass strategy on a Brains Tribe.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's kind of the main reason I'm going with AJ. Like, not really anything else besides that, but I'm here for the idea more than anything.
I don't think this is a bad pick, honestly. I think this is actually a really good pick. I think he's the kind of player that is smart enough to know things and know how to do things. And being a poker player, he knows how to control his emotions in his face to make sure that nothing is. And the fact that he knows that he's going to have to stroke some egos is very self-aware, very aware of where he is and who he is, because that helps. But I also think he is such a he gives me non-threatening kind of vibe. Like, he's like a real good, a chill guy. Like, he's somebody who you'd be like, oh, I want to have a beer with this guy, or, oh, this guy seems cool enough to hang out with. You don't want to get rid of that. You're like, oh, he's not threatening, especially if he's not out there like bulldozing challenges where he's just like winning everything. Everybody's like, okay, yeah, this dude can't go to the end. Mm-hmm. I think he's more of a, if they want to cut up, it's because everybody likes him. Mm-hmm. You're not going to want to sit next to him in the end because nobody's going to want to vote against that. Everybody likes him. So I think he is very self-aware, and he knows exactly what he's doing when it comes to like making himself an all-around good guy. People's going to like me. I don't see the jerk gene yet, but it can pop out at any minute, and that's fine. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think that's a good pick.
And on top of that, I didn't mention this specifically when I mentioned that he was a poker player. Not only is he a poker player, he's won a bracelet. And if you know anything about poker, that is a very impressive feat. Very few people can claim that they have won a bracelet at the World Series of Poker. One person who can is a former Dracula guest judge, Jennifer Tilly, icon. But
you are gonna take every damn opportunity to talk about Jennifer Tilly, aren't you?
As I should. Beside the point, though, getting that bracelet is a very impressive accomplishment that a lot of people haven't been able to do. Even some other like poker players we've seen on previous seasons of shows haven't had these accolades to them. So it means he's a good poker player and probably a damned good poker player.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping
he's also kind of pretty. So, yeah, not a bad pick.
Yeah. I mean, not a bad pick at all. I mean, the only other thing that we haven't necessarily mentioned is he has won nearly $500,000 Australian dollars, which I don't know the currency conversion, but still, like, holy shit, that is impressive. I am very excited to see where his game goes. But yeah, no, I'm definitely worried about poker players in the game of Survivor. Some of them have done really well, and other ones have got caught fast. So we will see where this goes.
Just about 282,000 US. is the conversion.
Cool.
Still a lot of money.
A lot of money.
I'll
Good
take
amount
it.
of money.
Lana.
So I've been stuck in a lot in the Brawn tribe. I've done 2 from the Brawn tribe, and I need to spread my wings and expand my horizons. So I'm going to go over to the Brains tribe.
All right.
And I'm going to pick someone who I think is smart enough to do what they need to do in this game, but also not too shabby in the Brawn department either. So I'm going to pick Keelan.
Great pick. Great pick.
Good pick.
And he's cute too, by the way.
He's very cute.
Yeah. I think he's somebody who could be a good all-around player, he could have been on the Bronze team if they wanted him, but he is also smart enough to be on the Brains team. He's a PhD student for robotics. So yeah, that's not something you can just easily do. Paddleboard racer. He's skiing the length of Norway for a children's charity. So he's a philanthropist as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, am I falling for Keelan? I don't know. But
is it Keelan or Kaylin?
Kaylin, might be Kaylin. If it's Kaylin,
we'll find out.
When somebody else says his name, I'll say it.
We'll find out on Monday.
But Kaylin, it looks like K. Yeah, looking at it now, it looks more like K than Key. But Kaylin, I think, I'm excited to have him on my team. I think he's a good choice. He can do either Brawn or Brain. So, all around good player.
I don't care if he's a good player. I don't care if he's a bad player. He has taste because his favorite Australian Survivor player is Hayley Leak. That's taste.
That's what I was going to bring up. There are several people on here that listed Hayley, and I'm like, yes, thank you. That's what we call taste.
Thank you, taste. No, he was somebody on my radar. I just didn't think he would go before I got another turn again. So, it's fine. No, he just seems really personable. You can tell he has this like genuineness about him that's really like endearing. Like, look at this picture and tell me you don't want to just talk to this guy, right? Like, he just seems like the nicest dude. But he's also smart. You see, PhD student. That's worrying to me. Like if I'm on a tribe, I'm like, oh, you're getting your doctorate. Cool.
I wouldn't say it.
So I mean, he's young. He looks like he's in really good shape. So he could be a pretty good force on that tribe.
I do also want to state 2 things that were interesting about him in particular. So first off, his PhD specifically is in using AI to scout and map vegetation by drone in Antarctica. And we already do have someone else on the Brains tribe who is in education specifically around AI. So I would not be surprised that 2 link up pretty quickly. And he specifically has one quote that has me very intrigued. Mm-hmm. As long as you are in the rules, nothing is immoral. This is someone... Okay, looking at it in an AI sense, not happy about that. But in the game of Survivor, that is an incredible stance to take. I want to see where this man goes because holy shit, I could expect him to pull some crazy shit. But that's all we got.
Jack.
I now go around for 2 picks.
You do.
My first, I am very happy that none of you grabbed her. She is someone that I have enjoyed getting to see through her social media and her interviews.
This is the person who I think is going to pick.
I'm so sorry, Lana. It probably is. It's Indy.
No, it's not. Okay, I'm okay.
Damn it.
Not I am mother with you.
Indeed.
That's worrying me.
A business development manager, but also a comedian. For some reason, that is not expressed at all, but I have seen some of her comedy on her Instagram, and she is hilarious. She is extremely competitive. She is also a Black Muslim bisexual, which cannot complain about that. And I also personally want to wish her the best. I know that post-show she has been going through breast cancer, which she has incorporated into her comedy hilariously, but I can only wish her the absolute best in recovery, and I cannot wait to see her on the season.
She was my next pick, so I'm really upset.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I really, really liked her. Especially hearing about her, growing up as an outsider, being Black, Muslim, and bisexual. When she said, "I've been voted out of tribes my entire life," like that hit me like a ton of bricks. I like as well that she's really competitive. She mentioned Kirby as someone that she wants to play like, and I really enjoy that choice as well. I think she's a really well-rounded pick. I think she's wonderful.
I'm annoyed I let this person get past my radar. I'm very annoyed I let her slip through my fingers, and that is so not like me. I literally, I'm disappointed in myself. This is on me. India, I'm sorry, because I always root for everybody Black, and I should have picked you a long time ago.
I was very curious why you hadn't.
Because
I was like, there's no way.
It literally went way past me. I am very annoyed with myself. I'm sorry. Indy, I have disappointed you, and I am sorry. I am sorry. But I still root for you, even though you're not on my team, because I root for everybody Black, period.
Yeah, this was somebody I was heavily considering in the past 2 rounds, actually. And the only reason I hadn't grabbed her yet is because I kind of figured Lana would have at some point, and I didn't want to be that person. So, like, I'm trying my
best. Jack's pissing everybody off today.
I was not going to let her stay undrafted for this long.
You did right.
No,
because
you did right.
Completely.
You performed correctly. You were drafting. As long as it's within the rules, there is nothing immoral. And you know what?
Correct.
You ate. So there you go. I really think she is somebody that could do very well in this game. I'm hoping she has that ability to innately connect with people, but typically comedians do. Like, that's kind of part of their job. Connecting individually with everyone in their audience with their material. And if you're not going to do that, that's when you don't succeed as a comedian. So I'm hoping that she has the opportunity to be able to do that. Yeah, I think it's a great choice.
Yep.
And that takes us to exactly halfway through. So, Jack,
another. So, my second pick is definitely one that I don't think people are necessarily expecting. While I was looking through this person's social media and reading her cast bio, she stuck out to me in particular as someone who could do incredibly well, will probably be completely underestimated, and honestly will bring a lot of life to this game. My second choice from the Brawn tribe is Kate.
I hate Kate. Because that was literally my next pick. Because I thought no one would pick her.
Yeah, unfortunately, I was right there. So, Kate is one half of Chaos, a DJ and dancer duo. She is someone who wants to be seen as the stereotype blonde, girly girl. I mean, that's literally why she's chosen a dancer outfit to start this game as. And she is someone who's going to have an emotional gameplay strategy, but I think that will work for her. So 100%, I see her doing really well, especially on the Brawn tribe, where she doesn't read as someone who's that typical Brawn. So I'm very excited to see where this goes.
Yeah, I'm with Logan. This was my literal next pick, and the fact that I don't get her makes me angry.
Sing off everyone, great.
I mean, look, the reason I didn't draft her mainly before this was because I think the other three people were just priorities for me. And if she was here at round 4, she was coming to Team Brook. However, I think this is a great pick. I think she's going to be, she has the potential to be a very strong player just off of what she wants to do. And as to quote a door opener herself, just because what you want to do is not necessarily what you're gonna do, but hopefully that works out for her.
Yeah, I've had my eye on Kate for a while. I'm very upset that I didn't get to draft her. She also talked about having OCD and how that is very like mentally and physically draining. And as a neurospicy person with several neurospicy things going on, I understand how that is. I don't have OCD, but I understand there's a lot of similarities. So I get that, and I can only imagine how wild that's going to be on Survivor. I'm really excited to hear more about her. She was someone that I was hoping might slip through the cracks for another couple of picks, so I could grab her. But I think she's a great pick.
Yeah, very great pick. Really, really good pick. She wasn't on my radar. I kind of skipped past her a few times, but good pick though.
Well, Lana, we are back to you. So, who you got?
I think I'm gonna stick in this Brains tribe for a little bit. I think I did 2 bronze, got 1 brain, so I think I'm gonna stick with the brains for another minute. But I'm going between 2 brains, which is puzzling. But I think, yeah, I'm gonna have to do this one. Oh, but her, ooh, she could be good too, though. But she's not. You know what? I'm going to go with this one. I'm going to stick with my first brain. I'm going to go with my first brain and just deal with it. I'm going to pick Kent.
Damn it.
Oh.
So mad! No!
I'm picking Kent for a few things. He's a dad of teenage boys. He just, but he's so much like business mogul, surfer, model. Like he done some things. He done seen some things in his life, but he is like a adrenaline junkie. Like he is very spontaneous. Like, let's go do it. He all about living life to the fullest. I like that about him. I like his mantra. His mantra: living to work. Living to work isn't his mantra. He's not going to live just to work. Like, he's going to, he's living. He's not just living so he can be work. He likes to go do things. He's David is just somebody who he's trying to put his game after, which is something, because I'm talking about David on Deal or No Deal Island right now. So, dang. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what drew me to him, what it is about him that I like, but I just like him. I think if he is not, I think the same thing I said about Zara. If he comes in and he's just that good dad figure, it'll be good. If he's not that overbearing dad figure that wants to tell everybody what to do and how to do it, he will be okay. But if he is that other guy, he's going to go soon. But I don't think that's going to be him. I think he has been watching Survivor, what, 25 years, he said?
Yeah.
And
25 years.
25 years. So he knows
From the jump.
Loves this game. And he met Jeff, he met Mark Burnett, he had to thank him, all that sort of thing. I think he is a fan of this show. He loves this show. And so I don't think he's going to go into this show doing all the wrong things, wasting his opportunity. So that's why I picked him. And I've made Logan upset. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Very. I mean, I think he's going to come in and be an asshole.
You think so?
He's going to make great. I think he's going to make great TV. I think we're looking at the villain of the season, at least as far as the Brains tribe is concerned. I could definitely see him and Zara connecting and, you know, potentially doing some more villainous type things. He talked on some of the video interviewing that they did. There is not a single line that he won't cross to win the game. And he's also coming in as a multimillionaire who doesn't need money. He's going to do whatever he needs to do to win the game. I think he's a perfect pick. I'm really genuinely surprised that we went this far without drafting him. And he was literally top of my list for my next pick. So I am going to shut up and go do some more scrambling because I need to figure out who the hell I'm going to pick.
Yeah, I'll be honest. He was not even remotely on my radar. I don't draft assholes, and he gives asshole energy just from this picture alone. That's just the way I roll. Unless I am forced to, I'll let the traders draft. So in this given situation here, he was never going to be on my team. Logan would have got him last before he ended up on my team. So there's that.
With that.
I think this is a good pick, Lana, because I think he will do better than I would want him to. I just didn't want him at all.
This is someone who reads to me as someone who's going to play very similarly to Mark of last season, who is going to be very upfront, very brutal. He also is like an adventurer. I mean, he literally takes a few months off every year just to go throw himself out of helicopters. If you've seen like, and this is about Survivor 48, which if you want to find out about, there's an info card somewhere at some point in the future because it's coming out after this. But he is doing all of this crazy adventuring stuff, snorkeling, skateboarding. Like, he is the person that you think of when you think of a stereotypical rad, cool person. So, I mean, that's the only way I could. I can't think of a better way to describe it.
Rad, cool.
Do not look at me like that.
Work, Kent. You better give rad person on this season. Work, Kent.
I'm just ready to see him go all out. I mean, as you said, he does not give a shit. He's purely here to fuck with people. So I can see him going out early, but I think he's going to make a deep, deep run.
Rad, she better do.
Rad, she better do.
The other main reason I wanted to draft him is because he's literally my type, and it frustrates me. So that'll be fun. All right, Brooke. Which one of my next picks are you going to take? Because it's probably going to happen.
We shall see. So I'm going to be drafting off the Brawn tribe.
Jesus, my heart.
So
yeah, same.
This person was really interesting to me. Talked about her career, and her career just seems fascinating.
Oh no.
She's really good at connecting with people. She just seems like the type of person I want to have on my team. But she also says, and this is something I would like to personally just be able to relate to, if you don't deserve my kindness, I'll cut you forever.
Okay.
We all thought a different person.
We all thought a different person. Yeah.
When I heard that and I saw that, I'm sat for Kristen.
All right.
Because this is the type of person that's like, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. I'm not getting fooled twice. I'm going to cut your ass. And I respect that. Okay.
Yeah.
This is my kind of person. Okay. This is my kind of human being, much less my kind of survivor player. Okay. Don't suffer fools, don't suffer liars. And I'm here for both of that. So thank you very much, Kristen. She's an aviation firefighter. Like, that's dope.
That's pretty cool.
That's really cool. She kind of gives me like possible mom energy just based off of the overall composition of the Brawn tribe. I don't know if that's going to be as successful on the Brawn tribe as I think it could have been on the Brain tribe. But honestly, I just want her on my team. I don't care how she does. I think she's cool.
You know, I was looking at her. I think she's dope, honestly. I think she is going to surprise a lot of people because, like you said, she can probably give off the mom vibes. But this is not your typical mom here. She is not somebody who is going to just be like, she does water rescues any day. She does fuel spill accidents. Like, at being an aviation firefighter, she has so many things that she has to deal with on a regular basis, and it's never the same thing every day. It's never a dull moment in her life. And so I think she probably will surprise a lot of people with just how physically able and capable she is. If they're now, do they respect, is she going to be like, is she going to be that person that is like she's physically fine, but her personality is trash? Like, you know what I mean? Like, is she somebody who is she just rubs people the wrong way? I don't know. I don't think so. I would hope not, because I think she's dope and I think she's rad, and she's rad and cool. You know, I just think that I really want really good things from her. I really want to like her. So I hope she's doesn't have a trash personality where everybody's just like, okay, no, she got to go.
She wasn't my next pick. So
she wasn't mine either. I'm very shocked.
She was not mine.
Yeah, I think I might have missed on Kristen, honestly. She wasn't someone that I'll be honest, I looking through notes particularly looked at until you picked her, but I think she's a great choice. She's going to bring a lot of really good Brawn to this Brawn tribe. I think the women of the Brawn tribe, honestly, are potentially the strongest group. At least just looking at preseason stuff. Yeah, I think this is a great choice.
That just makes me nervous now, like hearing you say that, because if she wasn't your next pick, and that wasn't who I thought Brook was going to pick, then I'm very annoyed if that is the case.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Kristen, unfortunately, we didn't really get much from her initial stuff. I tried to look her up. I couldn't really find anything. I mean, she's backpacked on her own. She's been on every single continent in the world, which is kind of just impressive. I am very excited to see what she does. I think this is a good pick, but yeah, also she wasn't really on my radar to draft. So enjoy. Logan, take her.
This is, I don't know. There's a lot of really good picks left. Like, that's the problem.
You get two more.
I know. These are my last two picks. That's why I'm like a little bit more.
Oh, yeah. Wait.
These are my last two picks.
Because Logan gets the leftover.
Yeah.
I get the last. I get
no, you're right. I was like, wait, no, my mouth is completely off. But
that's why I'm like a little bit more like, fuck, okay, I need to.
You need to really finalize.
Focus up.
Yeah. Okay. Oh no. No, I'm worried. Oh, I'm worried. Okay, this person. Hell. Okay, I'm going with my gut here. I'm picking Max because he's not giving a whole lot in his bio, but there's a good amount about him on social media. And if I know Australian Survivor, I know them to highlight people. I'm going big again. It's a big pick. He could go out early. I think his story is really interesting. He's a primary school teacher. He's a super fan. He's been watching it with his dad. He's incredibly calculated. He's being referred to as Mad Max on the Instagram. So I don't know. That's just kind of where my gut was landing. His bio gives almost nothing, which does concern me.
Go on, girl.
But I'm standing by this pick.
Okay.
I fully thought this was going to end up on Lana's team because I think the purple would suit him perfectly. Just based off of the bio. But no, I'm not following the Aussie socials, so I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying, sure. I don't know enough about this man to tell you if he's a good pick or not. Like, I can't tell you anything about this. I don't know this man. I could walk by this man.
I'm sorry to this man.
Sorry to this man, but I don't know him.
Walk by this man on the street, wouldn't know who he is. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. If I asked ChatGPT to give me a Survivor read of like, tell me what a typical cast bio would look like, it'd spit out what got said for Max. There is quite literally nothing. He's a primary school teacher. He's been watching since he was a kid. He's always joking around but calculated, and a biggest fear is a crab crawling across his face. That's it. Like did this man not give anything interesting? Like, I don't know what happened.
I mean, it seems like he might not just be. He just might not be giving a lot of things away in preseason stuff. I don't know.
Maybe.
Okay, also, is it just me, or does he in the face kind of remind you of Brad? A little bit. Brad from US Survivor.
Culpepper?
No, the other one. The one from New Era. The one that had the poofy hair. Pre-merge.
I don't know that man. I could not tell you that man. I'm sorry to that man. Genuinely, no fucking clue who you're talking about.
Me either. I'm like, who?
Who the fuck is
Who
Brad?
is Brad?
I think his name was Brad. Was his name not Brad?
Brad.
I'm looking it up. Hold on.
From 41?
Yeah, I think from 41. Let me double check. Yeah, from 41.
Who is this man?
Who is
this man?
He dominated the first 3 episodes at it, and then he got pre-merged.
Genuinely? Oh, he was on that disaster ass Green Tribe. Got it. Yeah.
I still don't know who y'all talking about. Y'all should have to show me a picture later because I have no idea who we're talking about.
I don't know this man.
I don't know.
I don't know that man.
I don't know that
man. But to answer your question, no, not really.
And pick number 2.
I know, and I'm going back and forth between 3 people.
That is fair.
I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna go Survivor fan here. I was gonna pick a pretty man. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna pick Noonan.
Yep.
I'm gonna take both of the Lauras, and I'm gonna pick Noonan. Her story really, really intrigues me. The fact that every single other person in her immediate family is very famous and very big in their career, and then she's just Laura. I hated hearing that she said most people are shocked to hear that there's another Noonan. I kind of hate that. She's the youngest sister of her 3 brothers. But Survivor has been her identity, and she's kind of become the person that is obsessed with Survivor. She helps students with learning disabilities. I think that's really, really cool. I am a little bit worried that on the Brawn tribe specifically, if she's not pulling her weight, they're going to vote her out.
Mm-hmm.
But I think she knows Survivor well enough to manage those experiences. I think she's going to have a good idea about how she's going to be perceived going into the game. And I'm going to trust that. And I'm going to go with Noonan.
I think this is a fantastic pick. I didn't grab her. I'm not entirely sure why. I just continued to pass her up, but she was someone I considered a few times. I think she's gonna do really well on a Brawn tribe, actually. If she kind of plays like that younger sister role, which I mean she's been doing her life, I think that could be something that people pull in. Like they want to work with her, they want to keep her around. She also strikes me as somebody who's like, okay, maybe I'm not going to be the best challenge competitor, but I'm going to work my ass off at camp so these people respect me. Like that was the energy I was getting.
She seems to be one of the only Brawns that has a really good knowledge of the game. Most of the super fans and the self-described fans do come from the Brains tribe, and she was one of the only people that really stood out to me as far as a Brawn member was concerned, as someone that knows what she's doing, knows the game she's here to play. I just think she may be the most well-equipped person on that tribe to survive as long as she needs to. And I think if she can get to merge, I think she'll be able to really pull on the Survivor fan and the kind of brainy aspect of her being. And I don't know. I think she's a good pick.
I do too. I think she's a decent pick. I'm nervous for her for the same reasons why you said. But I think she is someone, like you said, she knows this game. Maybe she can make sure she's socially, encompassed around, the people want to keep her because they know she's going to be a number for them. So they don't particularly want to vote her out. If her social game is really, really good, I think that could help her out. If she's not, I don't know, she might turn out to be one of the strongest people on their team who can do a lot of different things. But if not, I think if she takes her knowledge of what she knows about Survivor and uses it to the best of her abilities, she might be okay.
Noonan is really interesting. There is a certain irony to her wanting to go by Newton. And then there's also a Laura in the game, and there's also someone else with the last name Newton in the game being Jesse. Just by pure chance, they're not related.
Kind of wild.
They're not related
I didn't even
at
clock
all.
That.
But yeah, no.
Whoa. Okay.
So I mean, there's definitely in something where she might end up feeling like she needs to prove herself and going too hard too fast. And that is something I'm very, very worried about. She does have good inroads with her own tribe, though. I mean, there is a football coach on her tribe. She also helps people with disabilities, which is also another connection to the other Newton on her tribe. It would not surprise me if she does really well, but as you said, if this tribe wants to pick off people in terms of physical ability, it could be her that's on the chopping block real fast if they're using preconceived notions.
I think it's either her or Candy, if I'm being honest. But Candy was already taken. So I'm going to stand by my Noonan.
Period.
Valid.
All right, Brooke.
So I looked over everybody that was left because I wanted to give everybody a fair shot because I keep on seeing people that I'm like, yeah, this should have been somebody that was on my radar, and they just weren't for whatever reason. And the person that I am going to be picking is someone who absolutely should have been on all of our radars, really, I think. Super fan, hard worker. He's literally just a general laborer. He does stonemasonry.
Said that. Just looked at him.
And like, I don't understand how he wasn't on anybody's radar. I'm picking Ben for the record, because this man literally said one of my favorite things to hear from anybody during a cast assessment. I won't be locked into any one strategy. Survivor is malleable. Thank you. Thank you. This is what I want to hear. Okay. Anybody that comes in trying to play the same game over and over and over and over again, it doesn't work. Okay. And even then, I'm going to give credit where credit is due. For a few, very select few people, it has worked for them multiple times. Notably, I am thinking of Sandra. But at the end of the day, it only worked for her twice. And she's got voted out twice, too. And I think people that recognize that you can't play the same game every time tend to be the people that do better. So I hope that I'm picking correctly here, and this just happened to be a gym that got shoved to round 5 for some reason. But I have some optimism about Ben. I think he could do well.
I was just about to pick Ben, so that's very annoying. This is the first time I'm actually genuinely annoyed in this draft because I was literally just like, that's the guy. Yeah, everything you said is very accurate, very what I was thinking. So kudos, great pick.
Okay, so Ben was definitely not someone on my radar. I mean, he was one of the first person I had taken notes about, so there were just so many other people that I got caught up in. Ben is very interesting, just like Kent. He has been waiting to play this game for 25 years. Like, he is someone that is going to push in this game. I can easily see him going deep. I mean, I am very excited to see how he plays, especially with someone who is going to be knowing that the game of Survivor is malleable and that he can't stick to one preconceived notion.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm willing to see what he does. He probably was not going to be my pick, but I'm very happy that he's getting support.
I'm kind of genuinely surprised we all passed by him. I completely agree with you, Brooke. I like someone that says he's malleable in this game. I think for me, I think what I may have passed him up on is just that he feels a tad, I don't mean this word negatively, but a tad generic. Like, I didn't get a whole lot from his bio other than the malleable comment. I think he seems really fun. I'm happy that, he is another super fan that is getting the opportunity to play. I'm really excited for him in that regard. I hope that him and Noonan connect over the fact that they are super fans. Yeah, I think it's a great pick.
Yeah, he's also very attractive. He's got a nice smile.
Yes.
He is a very pretty man.
If he is someone in a Speedo, I would not be mad. Ben, I hope.
Ben.
So.
Ben.
All right, Lana.
I'm going back and forth between two people. One, I'm very scared of, but I kind of want to pick them.
Relatable.
I'm very scared.
I'm curious if that's the same person that I was scared of.
I think this person is probably going to could do well, but I feel like they might rub people the wrong way. And it could be, don't do it. You know what? I'm just going to do it. I'm going to pull the Band-Aid off. I'm just going to do it. I'm picking Ursula.
God damn it.
I think she is someone who is disciplined, and she is. I think she can physically do the things that needs to be done in this game, but she admits herself that she's very bold. Her mouth gets her in trouble a lot. which in a game like Survivor, it doesn't take long for you to rub people the wrong way, and then you are done for. Like, they don't want you here anymore. Nobody wants you around camp, and if you get that reputation where nobody wants you around camp, that never goes away, regardless of if you swap tribes or anything like that. Like, it just doesn't go away. And she said she could be too honest at times. I hope she knows how to rein that in while she's out there. But I think she has drive and she has ambition and she wants to be a good role model for her two daughters. She wants to show that she's competitive and she's fierce and that they could be competitive and fierce as, and strong and be all that stuff. She said the easiest part of this game is stabbing people in the back. And I love somebody who is just like, you know what? I'm here to play. And if I hurt your feelings, to the well, it is what it is. If you don't forgive me because of that, then we wouldn't never go be friends regardless. So I like that. She scares me a little bit, but I think I want her.
Yeah, so I was deciding my last pick between Ursula and Noonan. Those were the two people that I had narrowed down to. I was just, for all of the same reasons that you said, Lana, I was very scared to pick her. Specifically, sometimes too honest and having a very dry sense of humor and being loud.
Yes.
Loud. I was just a little bit worried. I do think she's going to be an absolute powerhouse in the tribal portion of the game. I don't think we're going to see her struggle at all with tribal challenges. If they let her get to the individual portion, I think she's someone that could win a lot of individual immunities and put a target on her back. And I like her. I like her a lot. I was just a little bit worried to draft her myself. So.
Yeah. Pretty much everything Logan just said. I actually never really seriously considered Ursula, mainly because anytime I hear somebody say, I can't disguise my feelings, I have a mouth, it's a little worrying. And I mean, typically, even then, like, I can't think of too many people who are like that who have done super well. Like, I cannot believe I was going to say other than Sandra, but even then, Sandra, she's honest, but she's also got a hell of a poker face when she wants to. Like, the only person, and again, I cannot believe I'm bringing up Worlds Apart for a third time today, would be like Rodney from Worlds Apart. Would be like the only person that's immediately popping into my head, or like maybe even Courtney. But like,
I would say D.
True.
I'd say D. Like similar archetype as far as like loud, in your face, but I think she's got a good enough understanding of the game.
Absolutely.
Loud.
Ursula was my next pick.
I
know. I've done it to like every single one of you almost, so it's deserved. I was definitely a little bit hesitant because she has said that she's honest to a fault, and that is definitely an issue in this game. But she stood out to me as someone who's going to blaze through the tribal phase of this game, and as long as she doesn't make any really dumb comments, she'll be fine. So and then obviously powerlifters are going to be amazing players. She's also a mom of 2 girls and is looking to be remembered as a fierce, strong, and courageous mother, which, I mean, is going to translate really nicely in the game. So, so close.
Yeah.
But from there, I have my final 2 picks. So.
Yep.
Last stretch, everybody. Last stretch.
And I do know exactly who my final 2 picks are.
Okay.
The first pick is someone I am surprised is still on the table. I really thought she would have gone in like round 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And it is a disservice. She's someone who is incredibly smart and is very well traveled from what I can see. My second to last pick is Allie. Allie is an AI expert and a STEAM teacher. In case you're not familiar with that term, it is the STEM field plus the arts. She specifically lived in South Korea while developing this program and even has "Life is an Adventure" tattooed on Korean on her arm to remember it. And she's specifically focusing on the good of AI versus the evil of it, which I personally really appreciate because there is a lot of bad things that come with that. So, I am just her vibe in general. She gives me someone who's going to be a very good player, very honest, but also very easy to become friendly with, and will probably gain a lot of allies, get into that majority alliance very early. She just reads to me as a very strong player, and I am so happy that y'all left her for me.
I read the words trumpet mouth.
Trumpet mouth.
Dossier, and I immediately said she will not be on my team, and that is fine. Again, loud.
She is giving me like this. She is like, you do an AI and say, AI, give me a picture of the most Australian person you can find. She gives that to me. Like, she looks like this picture is giving, yep, I'm Australian. I'm an Aussie. And and that's not a bad thing. Please don't think that's a bad thing. She just looks like a typical Australian woman. And I like it. Maybe it's the hat. The hat just makes me go, yep, she's in the outback and she is doing her thing. But I looked at her several times, y'all, several times. And I was like so close to like picking her like 2 times. But it was something about that trumpet mouth too. And I was like, I can't have too loud people on my team. I can't have 2 loud people on my team because that scares me too. Yeah. It scares me. And so I was like, I got to pick one or the other. So, but I went with the other. But this is a good pick too. This is a good pick. I'm surprised she lasted this long.
Me too. Yeah, she said if you had to put me in a pigeonhole, it would be as an Australian who loves the outback, craves the ocean, and anything in between is just me, like true blue to the core. Yeah, I'm kind of upset I didn't take Allie. Allie is the kind of player that I gravitate towards. I do think the trumpet mouth comment really kind of threw me off a little bit. I do really like her. I think everything you said about her, Jack, I think is going to translate. I think she's someone that very easily could fall into a majority, find her way into the later part of the game. She doesn't strike me as someone that is going to be a huge threat immediately unless, her trumpet mouth gets her in trouble. I am really surprised that she lasted this long.
Y'all, I mean, the trumpet mouth comment, I think she's just loud and funny, and that's how far it's going to go. But I can definitely see where that waned people off. But to close out the draft from me, I am going to take someone that, potentially strikes me as someone who could really go out fast, but they have this energy that gives me a really good vibe. My final pick is going to be Logan.
Logan.
Oh, wait. Wait, we're playing it. Logan. There we go.
So, Logan is an Australian Football League WAG, which for the Americans who have no idea what that means, it is essentially the wife of a footballer.
We have WAGs. We definitely have WAGs.
Is that a thing?
That's definitely a thing.
Sports. Mm-hmm. Great.
Down here, out here.
So she specifically is the wife of footballer Jason Johannesson. She has a she's currently studying for a Bachelor of Business with a major in marketing. She's a mom of 2 who essentially gave up her 20s for her kids and is looking to do something for herself. And she's looking to be a smiling assassin who is friends with everyone. There were a couple comments that she made that made me go, this is a very risky choice. I can either see her going very far or getting snuffed almost immediately. And I'm really not sure which direction it's going to go.
How dare you take my namesake? I mean,
You had 5 chances.
I did. I love her story. I think I'm really going to enjoy watching her. I love that she said she's a mom that is kind of now doing something for herself, challenging herself in that way. I really, really love that. My biggest concern, and the entire reason I did not pick her, is because she said she has no filter and that her face will give away all of her thoughts.
Yep.
I can't, like, it worried me a little bit too much, but I really like her. I hope that we end up with her for a while and she doesn't get immediately snuffed. I'm interested to see how she will do on the Brains tribe, because she is seems like someone else that kind of rides the line between the 2 tribes a little bit easily. Like, she easily could have been on the Brawn tribe and I would have understood it. It's an intriguing pick for sure.
She gave me mad Monica Culpepper energy. And I mean, literally pretty much the exact same background in terms of, like, my husband is a successful football player. I am doing something for myself. That is literally Monica Culpepper. I will say, though, I also did not draft her for literally the exact same reason as Logan. You can't be an assassin if people know what you're thinking, girl. That's the big thing. So if you're coming in trying to play a game that that's just not your style of play, you need to recognize that and adjust accordingly. And I don't know if she has the awareness to recognize that. So yeah, that's why I didn't pick her. I don't hate this pick. In fact, I'm actually kind of happy with this pick, because no matter what, that means I got one of my 2 out of the 4 left that I want. So I'm thrilled.
Yeah, I didn't pick her because of her face. I was like, because I know how that is. I can't hide my expressions, and it gives me away every single time, and of how I'm feeling. And I'm like, girl, you can't be, like you said, you can't be an assassin if everybody know what you're thinking. But yeah, I just didn't want to. But I think she's gonna do decent. I'm intrigued. That's the thing. I'm more intrigued with her than I am like I have to pick her on my team. I'm intrigued with her. Because I do think there is a certain thing with moms who want to prove themselves, especially someone who gave up their 20s for their kids to raise, and she wants to do something for herself. She has to prove a lot to people who like, you can't do this, you're a mom. So I think that's a lot of motivation that she's going to have, but I'm interested to see what she does.
All right, Lana, you got 3 men to pick from.
I do. 3 men, and I'm trying to decide which man I want to go with. You know, I think I'm going to go. I'm going to pick this boy because
not Love Island.
I'm gonna pick this boy because I think he might be a social person in this game who people are just going to like and gravitate to, but because I think he's going to be just a fun personality to be around. But I also think his job is kind of cool, and he worked with 2 Chainz, so I'm going to pick Rich.
Thank you. Thank you, Jesus.
I know
I
you
was
didn't want
going
to get
between-
stuck with Rich. I know you
No,
didn't want
and
to
I
get
thought
stuck.
I was
were
going
looking
to.
at.
Yeah,
I would have picked him over one of the other people left. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I know you didn't want to pick Rich. I think Rich is going. He worked with 2 Chainz, but no. I was going back and forth between him and the other guy. But I landed on Rich because I think he is the same reason I picked Kalen. I think he's somebody who is probably smart and smart enough to be on the brains team. That's he has some smarts about him, but I think he could also be Brawn if they wanted him to be. I don't know how smart he is being the film director. I mean, you have to be pretty smart to do that, but I don't know. I think my only concern, and I was very concerned when he's like he likes to stir the pot, and I was like, oof. I hope that doesn't come to bite him in the butt. I hope he doesn't do it, just get so bored where he feels the need to do that. But I think he can get himself into a good bro alliance that will, that can maintain him in this game for a while. And I hate bro alliances, but for draft purposes, I kind of hope that happens. But I don't know. I don't think he is somebody who's going to be out early. I think he makes it into the middle of this game if he doesn't go very far, but I think he makes it at least to jury. So that's my thought on Rich.
Rich was a weird one for me.
Yeah, Rich.
Simply put, I mean, he does have this legacy. He apparently has produced something called the Viral Experiment, which was 8 viral videos that amassed 280 million views. I've never heard of this, or if I have, it is something that I literally could not find. The one thing that specifically gave me pause is what I love is the ability to play a big move and stop a nation watching on their TVs.
Mm-hmm.
If he's already having big move itis before the game starts, this is someone that could flame out very fast.
Yeah. Maybe he won't ever get a chance to make that big move so he can calm it the freak down, hopefully. That's my hope.
Yeah, my big concern, obviously the concerns that have been brought up. My other big concern is in one of the videos, he said, "Oh, I would probably get blindsided and wouldn't even realize it." That's a red flag to me. Like it doesn't. I don't know how much awareness he's going to have. I think he's a very interesting pick for the Brains tribe. I understand why. Obviously, like he's a very, very acclaimed film director. So obviously he's got brains to him. I don't know if he's going to have the brains for Survivor. And that's simply why I didn't pick him. I did think I was going to get left with him. So thank you, Lana. I do appreciate
it. Yeah, pretty much everything that has been said is why he had not been picked on my group yet. I will say he was not my least wanted player out of the 3 that were left. So I'm happy to see him get picked. But he doesn't seem to me like someone who's going to do particularly well. So I just didn't really feel it.
So who are you picking?
Well, you see, it's between 2 people, and one of them said that he wants to see an all-male Final 3, and I'm not about that life. So I'm going to be drafting Paulie because I don't care. I don't care. Okay, sir. I'm just going to quickly jump to the other guy real quick. I'm not saying your name yet because Logan will have every chance when he joins his team. No. So, yeah. I kind of don't know why we let this guy go this deep. I don't really see anything that's like a huge red flag to me. Just because Simon Me is someone's favorite player does not mean that they are, just as hapless as that man is himself.
That's not the reason that he's a red flag there.
Yeah,
it's specific wording as to why he's his favorite player.
Yep.
Yep.
But keep going, Brooke. Keep going.
Yeah, like this is really just a choice between do I want the guy who wants a men's alliance or the other one? I'll take the other one every time.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, sure. Paulie sounds great to me.
I was looking at him, but yeah, he's pretty.
Really pretty.
Always hot.
He's really pretty.
I was looking at him
Yeah.
too. It was between him or Rich, and I was just like, I'll pick. I don't know. It's something about him that I'm not that into either, but I don't know.
Specifically, what flipped it for me is not the fact that he chose Simon Me, who, if you've watched either of the original Brain versus Brawn or Heroes versus Villains, which I have written in the sheet as HVH for some reason, I can't type. He was specifically described by JLP as the most hapless player, but that's not the reason that I'm like super there. The reason is because Paulie names him as his favorite challenge beast player, meaning that is likely his strategy of just being a very physical challenge beast and having about fuck all, which does not appeal to me as a player. And also, if he can get beaten by anyone in this cast, in which I would think there are multiple other challenge beasts in this cast, he is not going to have much other strategy. So it immediately made me very wary of him.
Yeah. The one reason I didn't pick him previous to this, again, coming from the videos, he said he was having a really, really hard time with betrayal. And that doesn't particularly strike me as someone that I think is going to do whatever needs to be done to win Survivor. That's just where it's at for me. But he's real pretty, so I hope he lasts a while for that simple fact alone. But you know what? I'll take PD. I'm not fundamentally upset at PD. Now, he did say he wants an all-male final three, and I do understand that, and that is a very large red flag. But there is a lot that I actually really like about PD. He is a football coach. I think that's something that, especially on this Brawn tribe, I think that's an archetype that is going to be very valuable. I think a lot of these guys are going to gravitate towards him as kind of the dad coach kind of figure. I think that's going to do him well, at least through the first part of the game. He also listed two players that he wants to take inspiration from, being Kirby and Haley. Two very, very strong strategic players. I don't understand the all-male final three comment with that in conjunction. I'm kind of just going to forget that there was that side of things. But I like him. It's not a bad pick for me. I'm going to be honest. I'm not mad at this. I think he's someone that could do really well. He understands the game. He thinks he can understand and deal with the living conditions and the mental gameplay. He will be missing his dog the most, and I think that's kind of sweet. He's also very nice to look at. So you know what? I'll take PD.
Yeah, PD was someone I was also looking at that just got beat out by a lot of different people. Specifically, he is the Rockdale Linden Football Club head football coach. And he's also a salesman for a brewery. Just happens to be both. He's been coaching for 10 plus years. He's played under the Rockdale City Suns. I mean, he is going to be a very physical player, and that coaching archetype could really help him out, especially because we do have various other people in this game who are connected to football. But I cannot see him winning. I see him getting shut out very fast, especially if he makes this final three all-male promise known to people. Women, especially some of the women on the Brawn tribe, can and will quickly turn that against him, and I can see him going out very fast if he's not careful.
Absolutely. I mean, the all-male final three. Ugh. But then you have women inspirations. Yeah. Weird. I just don't know. He confuses me. But everything you said, Jack, I agree with. I think he could flame out because of that. I hope he doesn't let that out. If he does, actually, I kind of do hope he lets that out. That way the girls can take him out. So I'm like, you're all-male final three. But whatever. Yeah. He's a football coach. Good on him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just didn't like that comment. It gave me a lot of red flags. Not to be confused with the yellow ones he probably sees during football. So, yeah, have him.
Sure. And with that, we have our draft. How cute!
Look at how nice that is.
Thank you. I've been making it the whole time.
We will be using that the whole season.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
So yes, we have Team Lana, Morgan, Zen, Kaylin, Rich, Ursula, and Kent. Team Logan, Laura, Nash, Zara, Max, and PD. Team Brook, Kristen, Ben, Polly, Miles, Candy, and AJ. And Team Jack is Kate, Allie, Logan, Karen, Jesse, and Indy. We almost had a perfect 3-3 split on every single draft team, and Jack fucked it up.
Women.
Literally women and Jesse.
I love that for you, Jack, honestly. I'm here for it. I was
looking women and Jesse.
Whoops.
Wow.
I am overall very happy with my draft team.
Me too.
I am very happy. I cannot complain. I mean, this cast as a whole, I was basically ready to almost draft any of them. Like,
yeah, it's a really strong cast. I'm very excited for this season. So
I'm excited too. I've been out of the Aussie loop for a few years. So I'm excited to get back into it. Not even a few years. I watched HPV. So like, but like, I'm just excited to get back into Aussie because I love Aussie.
For 3 episodes a week. Woo!
And not only that, basically 3 episodes that are 1:30 each. That is
hour.
I wish they were 1:30. That's great.
God. Yeah. So 5 hours of content every single week, basically. If you are ready,
Lana and I have been preparing for that for a couple of weeks now with our Love Island. So,
oh yeah,
what's that? Love Island is wrapping up.
It is. It's wrapping up. That way, it's making room for Survivor Australia, which I'm very excited about. And I hope, in some way, we will have this panel in and out of Survivor Australia, because one rule that we have we're starting here on the Cup. If you draft, you got to come onto the show. Like, you can't be drafting and never come onto a recording. That's starting now. So if you have drafted, we will see this group of people in some way or another. Maybe not every day, because it is 3 episodes per week. So we'll jumble it around and mix it up, and everybody should take some time to watch or not watch every episode. But we are going to do it, and we're going to get it out to you every day.
And of course, there is one extra person that could not be here today.
Yes.
Also because he couldn't speak into a microphone, or something went wrong with his audio.
He might show up from time to time on Survivor Australia. Big fan. But we will have coverage for you. It starts Monday.
Yep.
So we are going to be back here on Tuesday. Well, shoot, no, probably.
No, we will be here Monday night.
Our
Monday night for us.
It's Tuesday for them. So we'll be back on Monday to talk about starting Survivor Australia in some form of some part of the panel. Don't know who yet, but we'll see.
We'll
be here. Logan, take it away because you're hosting. I just took over for no reason at all.
Oh, no. It's your channel, so I am fine with that. But with that being said, thank you for joining us for this Australian Survivor Draft video. If you liked this video, let us know. We wanted to try something different. I really enjoyed the way that we did this.
This
I have
is
to
so much
say.
fun.
I like it.
I really, really enjoyed this. So I think we'll probably still do a little bit more of this. But if you want to see us do this for other shows too, let us know. Let us know all your thoughts on this cast down in the comments below. We've got a lot of content here at the Cup TV. Lana is doing her absolute best to pump out content basically every single day at this point. She's doing a damn good job of it. So support her. If for no other reason, support this woman down here because she's doing the damn thing here on this channel. We've got Love Island All-Stars right now. We've got Deal or No Deal Island. We've got Project Runway. We've got Survivor 48 coming also very soon. We've got Amazing Race coming very, very soon. Don't think I forgot anything.
Traitors!
At one show. Traitors! Yes,
we are
US
finishing up
still...
Traitors.
We are finishing up Traitors as well. So we've got a lot of content here. We've got a lot of content across all 4 of our channels as well. So if you're a fan of drag, Eurovision, or WWE wrestling, make sure to check out all of our other channels. Those links are down in the description below. You can also check out all of our audio podcast links. That's down below as well. Also, our Patreon, our social media, all our links will be down there as well. And you can get your merch, including but not limited to Cup Mug. With all that being said, we are going to go ahead and get out of here. So cheers!
Cheers!